What is up, guys? Do not forget to subscribe. Check out my channel playlist for individual tutorials on logic, sculpting, animation, music, and more. So how do you make a stealth game in Dreams PS4 Outlast stealth game? This logic right here, these two logics you can put inside of your Puppet microchip. There is a control sensor set to remote inside of your Puppet microchip. This one is not the one that moves your character. This one is because it's connected to the Puppet interface. What this one is doing, there is a NOT gate. The NOT gate output is in the power of this control sensor, and this tag's output is inside of the input of it. And the circle button is this keyframe right here. This makes it to where you can exit the locker. You can also make it to where this keyframe makes the character, well, you don't, yeah, you want to make it to where this one makes the character invisible. So you want to double tap on all that. So while he's inside of the locker, this character won't be visible to the player. Or no, this is the one where you would want to make it to where it is visible. I'm so sorry. You want this on keep changes. What this keyframe also does is turns off the switch. That's very important. What this switch is inside of is this control sensor that makes the puppet walk. It's on the disable control function. So this turns this off. This keyframe here turns it on. It also turns off this seek tag to where the puppet won't search for your character. And what this keyframe will do is make your puppet invisible. Double tap there. This is the one that'll make your puppet invisible. Make sure this keyframe is also on keep changes. The AND gate is connected to a trigger zone that detects your puppet, either by tag, label, or this setting, and then this plugged into the puppet, and then detection plugged into the B of the AND gate, and then this control sensor. The button I'm using is square is plugged into the A of that AND gate. So then if you press both of those, it also turns on this camera that I placed inside of the locker where you can view outward. So that's what this keyframe is doing. It is also turning off the seek tag to where the puppet will go after another tag with that same name. Make sure this trigger zone is outside of the puppet, but you can put these two gadgets inside of the puppet microchip if you want to. This one is set to remote. You can either have this on remote or possessible. Check out my 2D game tutorial if you need help with that. Inside of here I deleted the follower microchip. Inside of here I deleted the control sensor microchip and the follower microchip. So inside of here is a trigger zone if the character is close enough to the monster. This is the representation of a monster. It makes a keyframe activate. What this keyframe does is it should turn off this control sensor that allows you to activate the locker via this AND gate. So you cannot hide whenever he sees you. What's making him walk towards the character is a mover and a look at rotator. Look at rotator, make sure the direction is looking towards from the front of the body so it makes sense. And then these are my settings. I turn down the Y so he doesn't fly whenever he's looking for the character. And then the direction of movement, so this arrow pretty much, and all the variable settings or number settings It's plugged into this mover, just a regular mover, 0.8, 100, and you can mess around with these settings as you please. You might even want to turn that on. Turn down the Y so it doesn't fly, pretty much like this. And that's how you do that. Delete your follower microchip inside of here, and delete your control sensor inside of here, and you should know what this keyframe on, is it on keep changes? It is not on keep changes. This one's on keep changes. This one that resets everything is on keep changes. And delete the follower microchip inside of here. You're walking with this control sensor. This control sensor is what you use to activate the locker and deactivate it with a different button. It's important to make the locker, or the button that you get out of the locker, a different button than the button that you get inside of the locker. Place a tag inside of your puppet microchip. Make sure that microchip is about waist level, so it's as if he's looking at the head. So place that dot up there somewhere, but not too high up. And if I left anything out, let me know in the comment section below. And make sure your trigger zone is next to the locker. Make it big enough. So how do you get the puppet to follow different things? So whenever you're done creating this logic right here, group everything together like this. After you're done placing all three of these down, this is just a different seek tag. If the enemy monster gets inside of this radius right here, and you can connect it however you want to connect it by label or tag, the monster gets inside of here, it plays an action recorder. What this action recorder does is it turns off this tag and makes it to where the monster, or enemy, will go towards the next closest tag named seek. And that's what this action recorder does. Make sure it's on once and not on keep changes. You make it as slow as you need to make it after you record it. So it'll just keep on moving around the room and whatnot. And whenever it runs into the puppet, you can make it to where if the puppet senses this character, it deactivates these other seek tags by keyframe. And you might want to do that before you clone it. So you want to do this, group together, and you want to clone it, and then you want to scatter it throughout your world like that. But you might want to make it to where if you're going to do another trigger zone inside of here that detects this monster and turns off these dots named seek, that you do it with the first one before you start cloning everything. So this is effectively how you do Outlast or stealth games in Dreams PS4. At least this is my method of doing it. Let me make sure everything works. So he's following. Let's get far enough away. He's looking for that other tag. Let's see if we can get inside the locker now. Square button. Circle to release. We're out. He's looking for me again. So here's what it would look like if we can I get in the locker? No. So now he can eat me. Crap, he can eat me. So everything's working good. Everything seems to be working good. Check out my QuickTime event tutorial. Check out my how to make fighting games tutorial, my combo tutorial, and my animation parkour tutorials and stuff also. I hope this helps you guys out. I am Young Text on Dreams PS4. Follow me here. Subscribe to me on YouTube and follow me on Twitch. I'm Young Text on Twitch. I have games, creations, and stuff that you guys can use. If I left anything out in this tutorial, let me know because it was actually really late whenever I made this one. I don't think I did though. So just in case. So you can see what all is here. This right here is in the disabled, this control sensor, so your puppet can't walk once he's inside of there. I think that's the main stuff that I just want to show you guys. Turns back on the control sensor, turns off the switch that disables the walk controls. These two logics can be put inside of here. What this does is turns on the switch that activates that. Turns on that camera inside of there. Turns on that switch for deactivation. And turns off this seek tag. So whenever this seek tag is off, it's opposite day for the NOT gate. It turns this on, allowing you to use this control sensor. Should be what it's doing. And then the circle button is to reset everything effectively. Even turn back on this control sensor, I think. Or is it just changing it to back to remote? Okay. Just in case you disable controls with this, I guess. That's what I was doing, but I guess I decided not to do that. So that's pretty much that, and then make sure your seek tag is waist level up there. Here's my settings for the movers. Pause the video if you need to. And alright guys, peace out. Don't forget to subscribe, follow, and follow on Twitch also. Follow on Dreams. I'm Young Text YouTube and Dreams. I guess I was going to show you guys my fighting game so you guys know that I do create in Dreams. So if you guys do decide to follow. And alright guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out.